So why didn't they make a quarter bearing a 1975 date, actual physical readable date on there? Why didn't they do a Canadian half dollar with a 1975 date? Or how about that good old fashioned, big, large, gnarly Eisenhower dollar? No 1975 date. Um, it seems to me that there are actually quite a few people gullible enough to think that there are rare 1975 quarters, half dollars, and Ike dollars with a physical 1975 date. And they're all wrong. Why? Because the bicentennial coinage program was big enough of a deal that the US Mint had elected to skip putting a 1975 quarter out in the effort of putting all of their efforts into the bicentennial program. And boy, I'm glad they did. So was it a matter of them not minting, or in the case of these people, yeah, by the way, I just came off of TikTok, and God bless their hearts. There are some people that just don't know what they're talking about, and I'm okay saying that because someone has to start somewhere. But when I had commented on this TikTok streamer's video, now the guy actually hosting the live event where he's just simply going through roles. He's role hunting on a TikTok live. There were people commenting in there, and they said, "Oh, you gotta look out for that 1975 quarter." And my first thought, and I actually typed it in the chat, I'm like, I think he's joking with you. They didn't make any quarters in 1975. And he took that a little bit too literal, as in they really did not make any quarters. Now, I wasn't 100% kind of like forthcoming about this, but they did produce quarters in 1975. It was the bicentennial quarters. They actually minted these, if I remember right, and when I talked to, it was right after the summertime, I believe, in 1975, where they began production of the bicentennial coinage. Quarters, I believe, was the first thing that they worked on. So, yeah, what I said wasn't completely 100% accurate. However, the idea was that there were no quarters whatsoever bearing a 1975 date. And this person, this commenter that goes by the name user 119 something or another, some indiscriminate type of alphanumeric code name, that only someone like Dan Aykroyd would come up in a certain Russian spy movie, would even come up with. But he said, yeah, oh no, they did. They made quarters in 1975 with the date on there. I'm like, no, they didn't. Now, I happen to know that there were counterfeits made of that coin. There were people that actually counterfeited, and they were so horrible. The fantasy piece, however, was produced by Moonlight Mint. That is Mr. Carr's website, where he actually creates some pretty cool fantasy pieces. The 1975 quarter was one of them, with a 1975 date that uses period correct type style, and also the correct heraldic eagle reverse. That does exist, and I believe he made those in both copper nickel clad, and I think he struck over existing quarters to achieve that. But I also think he produced some on 999 fine silver stock as well. That's actually pretty cool. I remember it like it was yesterday because they sold out pretty quickly. I think this was in 2015, 40-year anniversary or something like that. But this whole experience shows us that there's still a lot to be learned. And take my word for it. I'm very well known on YouTube. But when I cross over into a different social platform like TikTok or Facebook Live or something like that, or Facebook, was it Reels? They don't know me. They see my, and I use my name, BlueRidgeSilverhound. I am a nothing burger on those platforms. I'm only well known here, along with, some of my contemporaries on forum chat pages and things like that. But in any event, yeah, the whole world has a lot of learning to do in the coin hobby. Sure, I have 300,000 subs, which, by the way, thank you guys for subbing in. That means you care enough about my long-winded nature and my content enough that you want to hang around and get more, which is really cool. But yeah, there's a lot that people have to learn. I think some of that also is on the probably the younger demographic as well. People who are 30, I was going to say 30 degrees, no, 30 years old and under, because they're the next generation, folks. They really are. Those are going to be the people that end up with our coin collections one day, and then their families and their next generation and so on. Yeah, because I don't intend on taking any of this stuff with me when I finally head off to the promised land. But geez, I'm glad I'm taking this opportunity, and thank you, by the way, for the last 12 years of YouTubeage and fellowship and just, being there. We're all collectors by nature. We all love this hobby. It's more than just throwing up a video saying, hey, look out for this. It's worth $50. It really is. But a lot of people want to know what the windfall is in spite of the educational aspect of the hobby, which is, it's backwards, right? And I don't want that to ever be ingrained or be the case. I think I've done a relatively decent job injecting what I could on an educational standpoint into the hobby to combat some of the people out there who all they care about is the bottom line, the dollars and cents. The free information that'll eventually turn into $1 million. Does that even exist? No, not really. You could always lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Either that or they try and drink too much of it. They get all bloated and they end up throwing up everywhere. And then, they got that funny taste in their mouth. Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go back to doing Amazon FBA arbitrage. Or I'm going to go back to doing sports cards because that was the thing back in 2020. But, yeah, to kind of close things out, they did not make a 1975 Washington quarter, Kennedy half dollar, or Eisenhower dollar. The bicentennial program was all the rage. They spent 2 solid years with the design, with the minting process, because it's a different design and it has the dual date on there. They want to make sure that it mints proper, to where the dies aren't going to get beat up and so on and so forth. Yeah, but definitely check out those Moonlight Mint 1975 fantasy pieces. It's very cool. They even did other types of fantasy pieces. What else did they do? They did some like oddball, non-existent, I guess, peace dollars. Like they didn't produce a peace dollar in 1929. I think Mr. Carr ended up producing some sort of like strange date of peace dollar that it was never supposed to be. So those are out in the marketplace, and his stuff is quite pricey. But it's also a very cool collectible. And a lot of them are over strikes, which means he struck them over a different coin. But if you do come across a 1975 dated quarter, half dollar, or Ike dollar, please do understand it's either a counterfeit or 2, a fantasy piece that someone had drummed up, but they are supposed to, not make them exactly to the spec of a standard quarter, half dollar, or dollar, and then maybe they have to put like copies somewhere on there. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I wanted to address that. So for a lot of you who aren't tainted up here, I would probably and suggest staying away from TikTok. In other news, and this is late breaking type of information. I will do another video discussing the collaboration with the auction site Whatnot to host my own personal auctions to you guys. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You will have to sign up. I think it's way better than eBay by every stretch possible. Coins are affordable, and people who sign up, they get an instant $10 credit toward the purchase of anything on there. So Whatnot hosts a lot of like sports cards, coins, currency, things of that nature. I'm going to be doing coins and currency. So if you guys are interested in participating in actual legit coin and currency auctions, I'm going to be using the Whatnot platform for that. So before you guys sign up on there, I'm just kind of closing out and solidifying all this stuff with one of the reps for that company, and I will get you guys a link in case you are interested in signing up on Whatnot for future auctions. And we're going to be doing the first month out, which I believe I'm going to be starting March 1st. I will be doing silver giveaways, coin giveaways, things like that. So if you want free money, that's a good place to go to. So yeah, wait for my my link. I'm going to send you guys because it's tied into my account. So that way I get some sort of credit for signing you guys up. But in any event, we are going to be starting Friday night live auctions on the platform Whatnot. It should be a lot of fun, and you guys will be able to buy some pretty nice coins for a reasonable amount of money. And Lord knows what else we're going to do on there. Free silver, free money, free coins, you name it. Stay tuned. But that's it. That's all I got for you this Friday evening. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. I'll be doing my PCMR and MMR as scheduled this weekend. So I personally invite you, each and every single one of you, to come on down and check that out. All right, that's it. You guys have a wonderful Friday evening. Have a good time, and I'll see you shortly. So long.